Hello movement lovers, welcome back to Lucy Sparks Pilates. Today's class is a core and upper body sculpting workout. You don't need any equipment for this and you can do this from the comfort of your own home. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and let's begin. Start off in either a kneeling or sitting position, whatever is more comfortable for you. And let's warm up our joints by placing our hands behind our head. Breathe in, extend your spine, chest up to the ceiling, and breathe out, flex your spine, look down, close your elbows. Breathe in, chest up, open the spine, and breathe out, close down the elbows, round the upper back. And once more, shine the chest up to the ceiling, big breath in, and breathing out, rounding the upper spine. Coming back up to the ceiling, let's circle round now, circle down to the right, round your spine past the center, over to the left, and extend up to the ceiling. And reverse that direction over to the left, rounding across the front, over to the right. And extending that chest up. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling, rotate to your right, open your arms out, place them on the floor, and just gently push round to the right. Look over that right shoulder. Feel that gentle stretch through your spine. Breathe in, stretch up overhead, and breathe out, rotate to the left. Gently push either on the floor or on your leg to twist a bit further. Arms up, return to center, and rest there. Now let's begin our strength work with activating our muscles in our upper back, the muscles really responsible for your posture in your upper back and shoulders. So come and lie down onto your front and just fold your hands in front of you, place your forehead on the back of your hands. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift up your head and chest, looking forward but keeping your hands on your forehead. Breathe in as you go down. Breathe out, lift up again. Continue that movement at your own pace, breathing in as you go down and out as you go up. We're contracting the muscles of the upper back. Keep your feet on the floor. Brilliant. Now let's lift up to that position again, and this time extend your right arm out to the wall in front of you. Bring it back to your forehead and rest down. Lift up the head and chest again. Extend the left arm straight forward to the wall in front of you. Fold it back in and place down. And again, lift the head and chest. Extend that right arm. Fold it back to the head. Lie down. Lift the head and chest. Extend the left arm. Place it back into the forehead and down. Now this time let's extend both arms forward, and we're going to bend the elbows back, lift up the chest even further, stretch them to the wall in front and lower the chest. But we're never resting down fully in between each one. So we're going to breathe in as we pull back, lift the chest even further, breathe out, stretch the arms forward. So now we're working our upper back and back of the shoulder muscles together. Really effective for improving the posture. Brilliant. Breathe out as you stretch forward. Breathe in, pull it back, lift up that chest. Brilliant. And place your hands down on the floor underneath your shoulders. Let's push up into a plank on our knees. So nice straight line from your shoulders down to your knees, diagonal line. Place your right hand on your left shoulder and down. Left hand on your right shoulder and down, and in between, let's go for a press up. Lower the whole body down and push up. Repeat the series. Right hand onto the left shoulder, left hand onto the right shoulder, lower the body down and press back up. When you're lifting one hand at a time, try your best to keep your body still. So you've got to think about drawing in your abdominals so that your body isn't rocking side to side. That way we're going to get some really effective core and shoulder strengthening here. Good, you're doing so well. Let's keep up the pace. Make sure when you go down in that press up, your lower back is not sagging inwards. It's nice and straight. Fantastic. Nearly there. Right hand, left hand, push up. Brilliant. Let's just bring the knees in slightly so that you're now in a tabletop position on your hands and knees. I want you to extend your right arm forward straight to the wall in front of you and bend your hand onto the back of your head. Then stretch it out in front and take it right round the side to your hip. Turn the back of your hand up your lower back and return back to the front. Now this exercise, I want you to try your best to keep your arm as high as you possibly can throughout the whole thing. So when your arm reaches out in front of you, you bring the palm of your hand onto the back of your head. Then when your arm is behind you, you turn the back of your hand onto your lower back. This exercise, we're focusing on activating a lot of the rotator cuff muscles in your shoulder that are really responsible for a lot of the stability in that joint. Let's rest that hand down, tuck the toes under, and send the hips up and back to a downward dog. As you breathe out, lower the knees till they're just an inch off the floor, and as you breathe in, send it back up to a downward dog, flatten those heels. Breathe out, lower the knees just above the floor, and breathe in, up to downward dog. Really work through the shoulders. Think about pressing away from the floor rather than sinking in towards the floor. Let's go for 2 more. Lower the knees just above the floor. Press those legs straight to a downward dog. Lower the knees just above the floor and send it back up. Place your knees down, flatten the tops of your feet, and let's repeat with our left arm. So extend your arm forward, bend your elbow, hand comes onto the back of your head. Extend it out, sweep it round and back, and slide the back of your hand up onto your lower back. Then return the arm to the front again. Now remember, your aim here is to keep your arm as high as you can throughout the whole exercise. So those rotator cuff muscles are really having to work throughout the whole range of movement. Hand comes onto the lower back. Extend it out, sweep it round and up to the front, and your hand goes onto the back of your head. And this is our last one. Okay, return that left hand down to the floor. We're going to be pressing up into a high plank now, so shuffle your hands slightly further forward and lift up those knees into a plank. Step 1 foot forward at a time in between those hands. Slowly sit down and let's tuck and roll back into a half roll back. Breathe in as you come up. Breathe out, tuck the tailbone underneath, roll off your sitting bones, rolling halfway back. Breathing in as you return up. Breathing out, tuck, roll halfway back, really drawing those abdominal muscles to support your back. And let's go down again. Lengthening up tall. Now breathing out, tuck and roll back all the way this time. Place your hands slightly underneath your bottom and lift your legs up to the ceiling. As you breathe out, slowly lower those legs as low to the floor as you can. And as you breathe in, lift them back up. Let's just go twice more. Lower and lift. Nice and slow and controlled. Lower. Start to fire up your abs and lift. Bend the knees down, feet onto the floor, and let's roll back up to sitting. Lengthen up tall. Breathe out, tuck and roll back, and this time open your right arm out to the side and rotate to look towards your arm. Come on back up in the middle as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll back and extend the left arm out to the side. So we're breathing in to come back up in the middle, breathing out to roll back and twist. Adding in this twist will fire up your oblique muscles, which are the muscles that come around the sides of your waist. When you're ready, roll back fully onto the floor again, hands underneath your hips again. And this time we're lowering both legs down towards the floor as much as we were before. But when we lift them back up, lift those hips slightly up towards the ceiling as well. Breathe out as you lower your legs down, keeping them straight. Breathe in as you lift and lift those hips up at the top for an extra little bit of work into the core muscles. Now, if you find this exercise too difficult for you, feel free to bend your knees rather than keeping them straight. You'll find that feels a little bit more manageable. When you're ready, place your legs into tabletop. Hands underneath your head. Curl your body up. We're going to cycle our legs now, so extend one to the wall and swap the legs, cycling them round. Keep your body up in your abdominal curl the whole time. Let's change directions of the legs now. I want you to really think about drawing in your abdominal muscles so that your lower back remains flat towards the floor, or as flat as you can make it. 2 more cycles. Tuck those legs to tabletop, extend both arms, both legs away and crunch them back in. Extend them away, crunch them in. When you extend them away, again, ensure that your lower back is not lifting up off the floor. Do everything you can to draw your abdominals in. Let's keep working for that final abdominal burn. Extend those arms and legs, draw them in, and rest those feet down. Let's roll back up to sitting. Slowly, we're going to change positions now. Crouch down, step your feet back into a plank, and then lower your knees to the floor. And just take a moment's rest. Now, we've got something a little bit more spicy coming up now. We're going to go through a sequence of movements that we're going to add on an extra rep to each time. So start in a high plank with some mountain climbers. Draw one knee towards your nose, round your spine, and extend it away onto the floor. Other leg in and extend away. Now turn into a side plank, lift your left arm. We're going to lift the body into a side bend, come back to your side plank and change arms. Side plank goes into side bend, lift up the waist, back to a side bend and back onto 2 hands. Now lower the knees down, let's go for 1 press up. Lower down fully onto the floor, extend both arms and legs, lift all 4 limbs in your chest. Place your forearms down on the floor, tuck your toes under, lift up to a plank on your forearms, and shift your hips and feet right, then center, then left, then center. Now push back up onto our hands. So that's our sequence. We started with 1 movement. Let's go for 2. So knee towards nose, change legs, knee towards nose, change legs, and another one, knee towards nose, Change legs, knee towards nose. Change legs. We now have 2 side bends on each side. So one arm up in the air. Lift your waist into a side bend. To the middle and once more. Breathe out to bend. Breathe into the side plank. Change arms. We have 2 side bends on the other side. Breathe out, lift the waist. Breathe in lower. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in lower. Both hands down on the floor, drop your knees for 2 press-ups. Down and up. Down and up. Lower your body onto the floor, extend both arms and legs, lift for 2 extensions. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Forearms down, push up to plank. Hip shifts to the right, to the middle, to the left, to the middle, then a second time each side. Right, middle, left, middle. Push up onto those hands. Next round is 3 and our last round is 4. So 3 mountain climbers each side. 1 and 1. Breathe into the plank. Breathe out to mountain climber. 2 and 2. Really round the spine, draw the knee to the nose. 3 and 3. We now have 3 side bends each side. So turn into high side plank. Breathe out, lift the waist to your side bend. Breathe into side plank. Number 2. And number 3. Well done. Let's change arms. Breathe out, lift to side bend, lift that waist. 1. Breathe in center. Breathe out 2. Breathe in center. Breathe out 3. Well done. Both hands down, drop the knees for our 3 press-ups. Breathe in, lower the body. Breathe out, push up. 1. 2. You've got this. 3. Lie down on your front for our 3 back extensions. As you breathe out, lift. 1. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift. 2. Breathe in, lower. All 4 limbs up in the air. Lift. That's 3. Lower. Tuck your forearms underneath you, tuck your toes under and press up to plank for our 3 hip shifts on each side to the right. Middle, breathe in. Breathe out, left. Middle, breathe in. Breathe out, right. Middle. Breathe out, left. You've got 1 more on each side. Right. Middle. Left. Okay, this is our last round. You've got this. Up onto your hands. 4 mountain climbers each side. Draw the nose and knee together. Breathe in to plank. Breathe out, nose to knee. Breathe into plank. Good. 2 and 2. 2 more on each side. 3. Keep those abdominals active. 3. Last ones. 4 and 4. Okay, let's go for our 4 side bends. This is tough. You've got it. Breathe out, up to your side bend, lift the waist. Breathe into the middle, and again, 2. Breathe into side plank. Breathe out to side bend, 3. Middle, and 4. Well done. Let's change arms. Keep up that energy. Breathe out, lift. 1. Breathe in, middle. 2. Middle. 3. Middle. And 4. Okay, we now have our 4 press-ups. So hands down, knees down, abdominals drawing in. Lower your chest and press up. 1. Push up 2. Breathe in lower. Breathe out up. 3. Last one. 4. Lower onto the floor. Extend both arms, both legs, and lift. 1. Breathe in lower. Really lift from the back muscles. 2. 3. Last one. 4. Fantastic. Just the low plank hip shift. So up on your forearms to plank. To the right. Breathe in middle. Breathe out left. That's 1 on each side. Let's go for 2. And 2. Let's go for 3. You're nearly there. You've got this. And 3. Shoulders and abdominals working together. Last ones. 4. And 4. Fantastic. Drop those knees down and just sit back into a comfortable child's pose. You've got through the hard work. Let's take a moment just to stretch and relax. Now slowly shuffle your hands further forward, lift your hips up off your feet, stick your tailbone up to the ceiling, press your armpits down towards the floor. If you can, join your hands together and rest your elbows on the floor for a few breaths. Now bend your elbows, reach your hands behind your upper back. Feel that stretch come through your triceps and shoulders. Extend your arms to the ground. Bend them back. Extend them forward to the ground. You can rest your forehead on the floor whilst you do this. Bend the elbows, bring those hands to the upper back. And extend them forwards. Now come on up onto your hands. Let's go for a thread needle stretch on each side. So lift up your right arm to the ceiling and really rotate your chest up. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, thread underneath, rest that right arm on the floor, bend your left arm. Stretch through the back of your rib cage. And back to the middle. Breathe in, lift that left arm up, look up to the ceiling, and breathe out, thread it underneath, rest it onto the floor, bend your right arm and hold for a few breaths in and out, in and out, and slowly come back up. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was a really tough workout towards the end. If you like this, please subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time.